Hello guys and welcome back to Phat Pack Magic, where we've got the Pioneer action going on for you today. Now, some people have asked me, hey, why aren't you doing King of the Hill style coverage like you normally do for your Vintage Cube? Well, that's because Pioneer is a brand new format and I wanted to get a lot of different decks going and seeing what was out there. King of the Hill does provide you with a good atmosphere and a good diversity of decks, but I wanted to go for a lot of just interesting decks. And Izzet Drakes with Vince Malo on the left is a really fun deck that I enjoyed in Standard, but on the right we've got Nick Sage going with Boros Aggro, which is basically mono red aggro splashing Boros Charm, let's be honest here. Now, Nick Sage is following up his turn 1 with a Phat Courier, swinging in for 1 and pinging Vince, but also putting a good card underneath the bottom. This is a way that Boros decks are able to gain card advantage through the Phat Courier, because you don't really want to use a removal spell on it. But Vince is starting off his turn with the strategic planning and digging through the top 3. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like there was a Phoenix in there, but that's okay. He was able to chew through a few cards that he didn't need, and Nick draws the Boros Charm that people are looking at. One of the cards that is just incredibly viable in this format, being able to get around rats, dealing 4 damage, and giving double strike for just that little bit extra advantage. Now, Nick is following up his attack with Phat Courier with a Light Up the Stage, which has proven to be one of the most pivotal cards in mono red in Standard and in almost every other format it's played in. So Vince takes his turn, and we're looking at it, and he just passes it back. Now, Nick has to use the Lightning Strike this turn, otherwise it's just going to go away, which is a card lost. But does that mess with his tempo advantage? Obviously not. He swings in, bringing Vince down to 17, tucking another card underneath, and it looks like he's just kind of hoping to run out everything he's got and cash in that Phat Courier. He passes the turn back without another 1-drop play, which is really unfortunate. He needs to get some advantage going here. And Vince is looking at a Lightning Axe that's going to deal a absurdly large 5 damage to that Phat Courier. Definite overkill there, but he's also going to use Fiery Temper with the Madness cost, dealing 3 damage to Nick's face. And Nick is looking over the cards. Is that exactly how it works? Yep, that's how it works, Nick. In fact, that was a draft ability, because those 2 cards showed up in Time Spiral Draft. So the Phat Courier dies, the 3 cards that were tucked underneath go away forever, and Nick goes down to 17 as Vince follows up his turn 4 with a Crackling Drake, which is a fat 5/5 Drake, or 5/4 Drake, that's going to be able to start applying some desperately needed pressure against Nick's deck. Nick fumbling with his land drop, which is definitely something, because facing down a 5/4 Drake that's going to steadily increase with the spell deck isn't what you want to be doing. Unfortunately, Nick had a very slow start. His tempo kind of lost there with trying to go for the burn spell outlet and not having many creatures to back it up. But he plays a Smuggler's Copter and is going to take 5, bringing him down to 12. And Vince follows it up with another Crackling Drake. With 10 power on the board, Nick is down to the wire and he's got to draw some outs fast. So he cracks that Boros Charm at Vince's face, bringing him down to 10. And there's another Boros Charm. He's got 2 Boros Charms in hand and a Stoke the Flames, but 1 instant or sorcery will end the game right here and there if the Drakes can hit 6 power. So it looks like he's going to have to save a turn for using that Stoke the Flames in hand and hopefully draw a burn spell. Or a creature to swing in with that Smuggler's Copter, that'd be fine too. All he needs is a 1-drop, and he can close out this game. But Vince is going to up the ante here, starting his turn off with an Opt. Looking at the top card, decides it's not good enough, draw. And looks like that's a Thing in the Ice. And that's going to come down, I think. Will it? Will it come down? He's tapped 2 mana, but he's got a Izzet Arclight Phoenix in hand. One of the signature spells of this deck, the Izzet Phoenixes deck. Here, the question is he's gonna opt for a treasure cruise. Now, the great thing about those Drakes is that all those exiled instants and sorceries still count towards the Drakes. So they're still fatty bombatty 7/7s at this point. And Vince draws up 3 cards. Plays his land for turn, swinging in 14 damage at your face. Do you have an answer? And Nick is desperately looking for some kind of out. He needs a 1-drop. That's all. That's all he can do. Because he's going to have to burn that Stoke the Flames on a Drake just to stay alive for another turn. But here it goes. Drake down. Vince takes 7, goes to 5. What's on top? Is it a creature that he can go Boros Charm, Boros Charm? That's his out. Smuggler's Copter with a 1-drop creature. Okay, come on, Nick. Oh my god, I'm so in suspense. He flips it over. It's a Remnant Ruins. Oh! No! Nick, there is no out available to him now. A creature that he can chump block the Drake with. Nope. Because Vince also has a Phoenix in hand. But, oh man, poor Nick. Just 2 life off. But you know what they say. The only life that really counts is the last one. Nick shows off the double Boros Charm. I could have got there. All I needed was a 1-drop, a Soulscar Mage, a Bomat Courier, anything. And Vince takes game 1. And we are going to take a quick break for our sponsors. Hey guys, I want to give a quick shout out here to Your Playmat. These guys offer fully customizable playmats, card sleeves, and foil playmats. Now, I wouldn't be talking to you guys about these mats unless I personally believed in them. So check this out. Yeah, that is the Mox Jet altar on the Phat Pack Magic draft videos. And we put that on a mat. And here's the best part. Your Playmat believes in me and believes in my channel and therefore believes in you guys. So that's why they're doing a special discount code only for Phat Pack Magic YouTube subscribers. Put in the code PPM15 and get 15% off any playmat you order. Foil, regular, anything you're looking for. PPM15. So what are you guys waiting for? Go make your own mats and show off your style. And we are back. Vince and Nick are shuffling up. They're getting ready for their opening hand as Vince gives one more last little riffle shuffle. And by the way, I love those Dragon Shield sleeves. They look so good. But you know what I love more? I love those mats, and I bet you can guess why. The Mox Jet mats that are featured in the Vintage Cube. Every week, we do a Vintage Cube tournament, and we do the coverage here at Phat Pack Magic. But a little bit of self-promotion aside, let's get down to business. So game 2 starting up. Vince is drawing up his opening hand. Nick is going to be on the play. And his hand looks pretty fine. Remnant Ruins, Mountain. Oh, wait, nope. That's a Battlefield Forge. And a Bomat Courier swinging in against Vince, bringing him down to 19. The game plan is the same. Deal a lot of damage to Vince and draw a bunch of cards. But Vince starts his turn with a Steam Vent's tapped as Nick draws and plays another Bomat Courier, crashing in for 2 this time and getting tons of cards underneath. Hopefully, good enough to drop, but unfortunately Nick does not have a second land drop. But Vince does, and he's going to double Wild Slash those Bomat Couriers before they can get out of hand. It might be a little early, but that 2 damage might just be enough to kind of keep Nick down. And unfortunately it does, because he's drawn a lot at the stage. And a Monetary Swift Spear swings and bringing Vince down to 16. But Vince definitely has the advantage here. He's got his land drops growing. He's got a bunch of good cards in hand at Lightning Axe. But he's going to start with the strategic planning. He's going to look at the top 3. And there's an Arclight Phoenix that's going to definitely go to the yard. And a Thing in the Ice that's going to go to the hand. And Vince passes the turn back, holding up the dreaded Spell Pierce mana. So Nick crashes in for one, still stuck on one land. But here comes a light up the stage, and it's gonna eat a Spell Pierce. No draw 2 for you. I hope what you have in hand is good enough, because it's already turn 4, and Nick has only been able to deal 5 points of damage to Vince. And Vince is counting up the amount of Phoenixes he has, and he's got a Lightning Axe that can potentially bring both of them back. And he's gonna Wild Slash that Monetary Sphere, holding onto the Lightning Axe. He says, a little bit of overkill, but never mind. He's gonna Lightning Axe anyways and bring back both Phoenixes that are gonna crash in at Nick's face, bringing him down to 12. Nick looking at his hand, and he doesn't have any lands. He is under the pressure of 2 Phoenixes, and that is game and match. Vince piloting in Izzet Phoenixes against the mono red deck to victory, and it's just amazing how the Izzet Phoenixes deck from last year's Standard has transitioned so well into Pioneer, with cards like Lightning Axe and Fiery Temper, Chart a Course, all of these cards just mingling so well, getting you so much card advantage with the Phoenix, and I love watching this play out. But that's it for us this time. If you like the channel and want to support, check out the links in the description. And if you want to see the stuff that I upload, like right as it comes out, like right then, right there, you gotta hit that notification bell. Until next time, may all your packs be fat.